um, seeing me. Uh, I don't know what happened. All of a sudden it's 1:30 and I missed the internet. My internet went down. I apologize, guys.
Oh no.
Yeah, so hey, we're back. We're here. And we got a big game going on. Hey, Ashley, sorry about the
Hey.
start there. I hope you can forgive me today.
Oh, no problem. No problem at all.
Oh, I like the headphones. Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah, sometimes I borrow them.
Yeah, they look good. Looks great, great. Hey, everybody! I know that there's a watch party going on. Welcome. Sorry about the late start. Like I said, I had some internet issues. We got it going, but hey, as you can see, I got a little bit of the studio set up. It's temporary. It's getting me there. So, can say, oops, there we go. Hey, hey. So Ashley, we got a really big game today. Blues are taking on the the Chicago Blackhawks,
Hmm.
and wow, this is something um, that's kind of interesting with everything that's going on. The Blackhawks lost yesterday, pretty bad, 6-3 to Carolina, who's undefeated, and now they're taking us, who we've had our first loss. We got some good news today. Sod is back, but he's not back tonight. He's skating. He's able to skate, but he's not back tonight. I've been thinking, you know what? Hey, Roland, we'll have you guys come on for the intermission since we're kind of running late. We'll bring you guys in for the first intermission, but we'll get there. You know, we miss you. We wish we could be there with you. John and Roland are having a little party. You go, oh, I got Travis. Travis is a really interesting guy. He does his own podcast called Oscar Mike, and it's for veterans. And actually, we've been talking about having me on there, and he's kind of watching the show today to see, you know, if he wants to bring me on there. So this is kind of a good thing for us. Ashley, what do you think about today's game? As I'm trying to get some stuff set up.
I think it's a great opportunity for us to rebound. Obviously, we didn't have our legs, whenever we played Colorado. I think that there's been more time for these lines to gel since they're dealing without O'Reilly for, a good chunk of time now, at least 4 games. So this is game 2. Um, I think that they're going to have something to prove because they're not going to be happy with that loss and they're going to come out strong.
Yeah, you know, that's something that I've been thinking about. This, first of all, it doesn't matter if the Blues have, you know, even in 2006, 2005, 2006, when we were going through that horrible rebuild, we still played Chicago tough, right? And you know,
Hmm.
this is when they were winning their cups. So at this point, it kind of doesn't. I mean, you have to understand, it doesn't just because they're in a bad situation doesn't mean that they're not going to just try and go all out. And I expect them to go all out,
Oh, yeah.
right?
They will. I mean,
Uh,
look at the preseason. We beat them
yep,
pretty bad, and then they came back and beat us. So,
yep. And that's just something to think about and to look at. Now, I was so if you're wondering why I haven't been writing, my hand has just been hurting me something fierce. I try and type and I get about 10, 15 words and that's it. You know, my fingers just sore. And then I try and do it with the voice to text and it's the same thing. I still have to go back and type a lot. But when you have to go
mhm.
back and type a lot, you know, it's just too much. So I was kind of looking at, you know, the 5 things that, you know, to take away from the 5-1 and 0 start. And
Mhm.
one of the things that I want to take away is Berube and how he has made so many on the fly adjustments. And not just on the fly adjustments, he's looked at different aspects of the game and he's
Mhm.
changed a little bit of his strategy. I give him high credits for that. But at the same time, you know, here we are 7 games in and Mikkola is getting his first start, right? Mikkola is better than Wallman in my book. Maybe now he's going to be rusty tonight, and that's what scares me.
Well, I think that it's not important that Mikkola is better than Wallman. he's actually more consistent than Bortuzzo. So I'm
Yes.
excited to see both Wallman and Mikkola, as a pairing together so that they can prove that. Because Bortuzzo, I think he's a great person. He can add physicality, but he is really sloppy in our own zone and on the puck in general.
Oh no, I absolutely agree. Hey guys, we're trying to get you into the game a little bit, or into the show, since we're running a little late. Let me kind of bring some stuff up. Travis says Travis's show is Oscar Mike Radio, like we talked about. What is the lineup for tonight's game? Lashley will pull that up for you in a few moments, and we'll kind of go over that. One of the things I do like about the lineup is they took the Tarasenko Thomas. First of all, that's the one thing that he's done. Berube's done absolutely right. Tarasenko, Thomas, and Barbashev have stayed together through all these changes, and now they moved up to the second line. I really like that. Travis says, "Oh yeah, you're coming on. I'm a Blackhawks fan." Oh, you know what? We appreciate we actually have a Blackhawks podcaster that normally comes on, except he's going to the game tonight.
Yeah, I saw his picture. He looks great. I hope he has a good time, but I hope we still win.
Oh yeah, I know. I sent him something and said, "I hope you enjoy it." It came out ass weapon, but I mean whipping. Ryan Green, depends on the mindset when they hit ice. Yeah, that's got a lot to do with it. Brad Pond says he was cleared this morning, practice with the team, not in the lineup tonight, probably next game, maybe. The fact that they don't play again till Tuesday gives him a little bit of a chance. You don't know what we really don't have a full understanding of what COVID does to the body afterwards, right? So
well,
we got to
I've had COVID, and I was really tired even after I was cleared to be able to go back out. It's exhausting. It takes a lot out of you, even if you're in good shape. So he might need to have some time to get his stamina back up.
Ryan Green says, "Hey Travis, why did the post office recall their stamps? They had pictures of the Blackhawks player, and people couldn't figure out which side to spit on." I like that. That's pretty good. Robert says Chicago may be in trouble because it's hard to focus on hockey with all the other hockey. I think for the most of the players, that's not they want to focus on hockey. I think that's the one thing that I really, it's a great point, but I think it's the exact opposite of that. When all of this stuff is going on, like with me, we know that there's been some personal stuff going on, things like that. Mm-hmm. I couldn't wait to get on the show, do the show, because it was the one thing that I knew I didn't have to deal. I could shut out all the other noise, right? So that actually, concerns me. They stink to high heavens. Well, there's teams that stink to high heavens at the beginning of the season that have won the cup.
So the Blues have been number one going first month in and didn't even make the playoffs. So
yes, they have. We've discussed that ad nauseum. Hey Travis, can you see the sign behind Guy? Blackhawks also have a Warriors team. We are teams of disabled vets. Yeah, actually, Chris, I'll talk to that with Travis about that. What my connection is to the Warriors hockey and how that. And I even talked to my psychiatrist, about breaking my wrist and how I did it with the Warriors. She goes, "Oh, that means a service connected." I was like, "Yeah." So we don't know. Stephen Glass says Mikkola will be fine. I agree with Ashley. I hope so too, bud. I hope so too. Kevin T, I think Wallman has got pants beat off him so far. I don't think he's gotten the pants beat off him. I think for the most part, he's done very well. Wallman hasn't played bad. Wallman's actually played pretty good. I think that the defense has changed. I'll tell you what I saw in the Colorado game that I took away that was huge was how the defense played around Bennington. Right? They up until the middle way of the second period, they were around him, they surrounded him, but they didn't crowd him. right? They didn't crowd him. They gave him some space. They let him see pucks. They let him move. They let him work. It was actually really nice. I mean, we talked about it a little bit last game, Ashley. The way that it kind of worked out, I was really impressed at the way the defense worked around Bennington. It was almost as if they kind of forgot that Husso was in net, right? That Husso's in net, so we got to do this, and I really like that. Neighbors gets benched for a bad turnover, but never set Sam. We that's a dead horse that I'm tired of beating. Unfortunately, Sanford's gone, right? We don't have that, and actually, I don't think he's getting benched for I don't think he's getting benched for as much a bad turnover as he is that, benches got shortened. And you know what? We got some easier, I won't say easier, but we have some lighter games coming up. I wouldn't mind him getting sent out. I actually wouldn't mind him staying out until Winnipeg, right? To expand on that 9 games. Because if you're not going to keep him, right, it really right now with him playing 6 games already, he's only got 3 games left, right? If you're not keeping him, send him down. Right? That's kind of the way I look at it. So that's where I'm at. Travis says, I want to find out more about that. I think it's one reason I love hockey. Travis, I got to tell you, man, when I found out about the Warrior hockey, I was into it right away. And when I was able to connect with these guys, they enveloped me. I live 4,000 miles away from St. Louis. And as far as they're concerned, I'm one of their brothers. Man, and Ashley, you've seen it, the way they treat me when they come on the show. There's no ands, ifs, or buts. That they're definitely hugging and holding and working with me. It is a great program, and it has saved some lives. It absolutely saved some lives, and I really look at it. First time catching the show live. Keep up the great work on the fan report. Well, Matt, thank you so much. We really appreciate that. Travis says great stuff. Ryan Green says, Travis, been all in fun and games, man. I get it. Greg Kane, I really hope the fans chant no means no at the game. Actually, I don't. I really don't. I think that there's been some at a recent Predators game. Now, maybe if you don't know, the Predators lost their backup goalie. I think it was the Predators. Oh, no, Columbus. The Columbus Blue Jackets backup goalie died during the offseason due to a fireworks accident. And at one of the games that they were at, someone shouted, be careful with them fireworks. That's what kind of low do you have to be to say something like that? That's just not, that's just a really, we need to be better as people, right? We
I
need
think
to be
St.
better
Louis
as
has
people.
more class.
Yeah, absolutely. We need to be better as people. And now, oh, wow, man. I can't even keep up with the comments, guys. I love it. I'm going to miss a whole bunch of your comments. Stephen Glass says, can't take the Blackhawks lightly. I said that right from the beginning. Oh, Ashley, that's not actually, I'll say this. That's her boyfriend, not her husband. So don't want to get anybody in any trouble.
And he's antisocial and a Red Wings fan, so he doesn't really pay much attention.
Yeah, well, there you go. See, so when you decide to dump him, you can just say you're a Red Wings fan, and that's the end of it. Chris Ackley says, I think Fury's getting frustrated, and that's good for us. Well, actually, I think that's bad for us, right? Travis says, can we agree the Bruins stink worse? Absolutely. No, I believe that right now, the one thing that we've got to deal with is a pissed off, frustrated Fleury, because he's going to play out of his head tonight. Goals are going to be hard to come by. And I got to be honest, I need them tonight. So fantasy league, in my fantasy league, let's talk about that real quick. I've got some huge players on there, and I'm losing actually. I've done really good up until this point. But right now I'm losing 8, 9, and 9. I have I had Dustin Brown earlier who didn't help me out. Actually, I screwed up. I sat Ali Mata, and he finally went and did something today. Figures. But I got Fabry. I have Neil. I picked up Neil as a free agent to replace O'Reilly because I have O'Reilly on the IR until he comes back. Then I have Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, Robert Thomas, Ben Chariot, Ryan Greaves, Drake Muzzin with Jordan Bennington in the net. And I need Bennington to have a shutout. I really do. Because if he doesn't have a shutout, I'm just going to get destroyed in the goalie stats. And I have a few others areas that I'm close on. Penalty minutes. I need the other guy to get penalty minutes. I can't take any penalty minutes. I'm good on hits, takeaways. Oh, well, the other team's got 13 takeaways. I have 7. I need a bunch of takeaways, but I can't do any giveaways. So that's kind of my fantasy team. Ashley, what do you think's going to go down with the game tonight?
I'm really not, 100% sure. I'm hoping we come out fast. I'm hoping we don't let them get in our heads because it is a rivalry. But I do have the starting lineup, so I was going to try and spit that out real quick. The first line is Kairu Shen Perron. Second line is Barbashev Thomas Tarasenko. Third line, Neil Bozak Buchnevich. Fourth line, Clifford Joshua Costin. Defensive pairings are Scandella Pareko, Krug and Falk, Wallman and Mikkola.
Well, I mean, that Wallman Mikkola pair scares me a little bit, right?
I'm not really
I don't mean that
concerned. I'm actually excited.
Well, I mean, the problem is it can go a couple of different ways, and that's what scares me. When you look at this, trying to get my NHL center ice, I can't even figure out NHL center ice right now. There we go. Okay, there we go. No, what scares me the most is that they're kind of inexperienced. They're behind the 8 ball a little bit. Mikkola hasn't played. He's rusted, and they're going to play 15, 20 minutes. They're going to get that. Chris Lambert says 5-2 Blues. Chris Shockley says 4-2 Blues. Tanner's going to go to Rollins. Hey, enjoy that. We'll have them on at the halfway point. Maybe unless the Blues get in Fleury's head. I really hope they do. Greg Can says Fleury can play fantastic. Defense is absolute crap and didn't help him. We'll be fine. I want a shutout. I want that Bennington shutout today, and I'm going 4-0. I want to see him embarrass the Blackhawks more than anything else in the world. I'm hoping that's what goes down. Ryan Gray says 4-1 Blues. Actually, I look forward to this game. It's going to be fun to watch. Any discipline from Bennington from the no. Boy, was I shocked. Boy,
I knew it wasn't going to happen.
Shocked. Huh?
I totally called that. I said no more than a fine.
But the way the league, especially what I think saved Bennington was the Blackhawk thing. Mm-hmm. I think that the Blackhawk thing had if that doesn't happen, Bennington's suspended. Right?
Well,
I think that
even in the pictures they were showing, he was nowhere near Kadri. It's just like kind of flinging your arms around whenever you're mad. He just happened to fling with its stick, but that's how they viewed it.
Yeah, but it still came down to he used the stick, right? And like I said, had the Blackhawks thing not had happened, it had gotten a lot more of attention, right? And with the attention that it would have gotten, he'd have gotten suspended. But the Blackhawk things took the attention off of it, and I think that had a lot to do with it. Well, we're just about ready for game time. I really look forward to it. Travis, there's a tournament in Philly next weekend for all of those. And then, hopefully, Travis, you and me can get together and we can talk about Oiler hockey and what I do here on the BlueNote Fan Report and the Fan Report media group in general and how we're trying to get veterans involved. I'd love to have a lot more veteran writers. Well, game is just about on. Are you ready, Ashley?
I'm ready, Guy.
Oh, man, I am too. Sorry about being late, guys, but you know what? When it comes down to it, we always say,
Go Blues! Let's go Blues! Let's go Blues!
Let's go Blues. I'm Bleeding Bleed with you, and I can't wait to see you on the intermission show. Aloha.